Hello, and yes, as always, I'm thankful for another day in Jesus' name. Today, I want to talk about shiftability. Shiftability, the ability to shift into the next gear or another gear. But first, you must have additional gears. So if we're driving a car, years ago I learned how to drive a stick shift, and it was a challenge. But I learned really quickly how to press down on that clutch and how to ease up and how to shift into that next gear to make a smooth transition. Because I didn't want to be jerking. I didn't want to be looking like I didn't know what I was doing, even when I didn't know what I was doing. So I practiced, because I knew, first of all, if I couldn't shift out of first gear, I was going to have some problems. If I tried to go too fast in first gear, I was going to have some problems. I risked damaging the vehicle. So we first must have additional gears. Now let's compare this to life. In life, we need to be able to shift. When things go wrong, when things come our way, things happen that we don't expect, we have to be able to shift. We can't stay still. We can't stay stagnant. We can't stay stuck. So we have to shift into the next gear. And first, we have to make a decision to shift. If I'm driving that car, I got to decide to shift. Now, once I've learned how to drive that car, it's second nature. And that's how we have to live our lives. When things go unexpected, when things happen to us, we have to do it like it's second nature and shift. One thing about it, we can make plans. I made a plan recently. I had it well thought out. I executed that plan, and guess what? Life happened. But did I say, oh my God, what am I going to do? Was it a disappointment? Yes. I talked to God about it. Yes. God, we talked about this. But guess what? Life happens. Things happen. But guess what? It happens to us, but it doesn't happen through us. We can decide to shift. We can decide to shift into the next gear. Our mindset can say, okay, Martina, it didn't happen the way you wanted it to, but shift, because you're still in the game. When we shift, we're still driving that car. When we shift, we're still in this game of life, and we've decided that this avenue didn't work, so we going this way. So our mindset has to be positive. It has to be driven. It has to be determined. We have to have that ability to shift. Our mind has to tell us we can't tarry here. We can't struggle here. We can't stay stuck here. When you're stagnant and stuck, you don't grow. You don't develop. And that is not our lives. We will grow. We will develop. We will prosper as our soul prospers, because we prosper in Him. But when life happens, we can't have the pity party. We can't decide we're not going to move. We have to decide that we're going to shift into the next gear of success. So when life happens to you, whether it's a relationship, whether it's you lost your job, you lost your friend that may not have been your friend, sometimes truth can hurt, but we can fight the devil when we can see him. So sometimes we don't want to know what's going on, but I asked the Lord a long time ago, show me, because I can fight the enemy when I can see him. I don't want to be deceived. So when something happens, let's have shiftability, the ability to shift into that next gear, the mindset to have additional gears to shift in and be driven, determined, and committed to shift until something happens, and that something is success. So when life happens, shift. Walk in shiftability. You have a great day.